Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. How are you today? Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Astrology. I'm a modern Western astrologer um, with some traditional tools in my kit. Kidding. Anyway, welcome. Today I'm here to talk about the upcoming solar eclipse. Oh, hi. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. Oh, have a nice Friday too. Yes. um, so nice to see you. I'm here today to talk about, yes, the upcoming eclipse that's going to be tomorrow. But today, just before the eclipse, we have this Pisces balsamic moon, the darkest moon phase. Hi, misbehaving. Welcome, welcome. So it's like a double whammy because the balsamic moon phase feels like Pisces, and then it's in Pisces. So definitely, our intuition is highlighted today, and we definitely need to kind of rest and sleep and recharge our batteries for this eclipse that's coming up. I mean, we feel everything. Everything is intense anyway, but today especially, I think if you can tune in into your intuition and to get some information, that would be amazing. So that's for today. So rest, sleep, do something artistic. You can sing, you can chant, you can just dance, do something Piscean. Avoid alcohol if you can, please, because you're gonna get all blurry anyway. With this, Neptune is in the last degree, 29 degrees and 58 seconds of Pisces. So he's changing signs. He's going to Aries on Sunday after 164 or 5 years. So this is huge. So he's very potent at the moment. So if you can meditate and get some insights on how to move forward, today is the best day to do it. And just relax and don't force yourselves to do anything. Before I tune in into the eclipse tomorrow, just a few housekeeping things. The newsletter for April forecast is going to come in the next couple of days, so please make sure that you subscribe. I always have some additional perks for my newsletter subscribers, so you can go to my website, jasminaprojectastrology.com, and subscribe there. A link is below also in the comments. That's number one. If you didn't get the spring moon phase planner, you can also download it for free to keep track and of things that you do. It's it's very useful, practical tool. My Virgo rising loves it. Third thing that I'm having is I already have some people signed up for my astrology practitioner astrology beginners practical support course. And this is practically for everybody, because even if you have some knowledge already, it's going to be a good addition. It's going to be a small group, up to 8 people. So I have a few spots left. And we're going to go through your charts as example. So if you have some kind of knowledge of astrology and if you just want to apply that to your chart, this is the great course for you. It's going to start May 2nd. It's going to last for 8 weeks. You can find all the information on my website as well. And I think that's it. I'm also open for consultations. Oh yeah, Misbehaving is saying very topsy-turvy energies. Yes, absolutely. Yes, we are. I think, as I mentioned before, this whole eclipse season is push and pull energy. That's how I feel, because Pisces is pushing us back and reflect, and we have this retrograde Mercury and Venus as well, pulling us back to finish some things. But then we have this Aries energy that wants to push forward fast, and it's not possible. Okay, so some technicalities before I share the chart. This eclipse is happening at 9 degrees Aries. Interesting that Mercury went retrograde at 9 degrees Aries. Venus went retrograde around 10 degrees Aries. So these topics are all connected. If you have anything from 6 to 12 degrees in Aries especially, but in all cardinal signs, Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libras, this is going to be more personal. It's going to affect you more than the others. But if you have anything in those, yes, that's very important. Also, I want to mention this is the last eclipse in Aries-Libra axis that we have experienced since July 2023. So this is the last one. It's like a finishing. This is literally you're finishing things. And what do we have to the topic of this, all of these eclipses are how to be authentic selves, how to be true to ourselves within the relationships, within relating and communicating and connecting with others. That's number one. We need to be true to ourselves, but we are not an island, right? We live in a world with other people, so there's a need to find a way to be ourselves but still have a connection with others. So this is the last one of these. Okay, so it's going to happen exactly 6:57 a.m. Saturday morning, tomorrow morning Eastern time. So please adjust to your time zones. I want to mention that. What did I want to mention? Yes, this ruler of this eclipse is Mars, and Mars, because Mars rules Aries, and Mars is in Cancer. Mars in Cancer is not, the one like a brave heart warrior that he's going to go be first in line to fight for the dreams, or to he's the one that is more on the defensive side and the protective side. And the other thing that is happening is it's out of bounds. So this this is very interesting. So Mars is out of bounds. So what does that mean? All the planets are kind of hanging around the ecliptic, 23 degrees north or south of the ecliptic. Okay, so they kind of are in there. But when some planets, sometimes they go out of that. They're more north or more south from those, right? So they are not in the solar system control. So let's say the sun as a ruler or a king, the way we or somebody that governs all the planets, because everything around they all move around the sun. So the sun is the center of our solar system, right? So when Mars is kind of out of bounds, the sun doesn't have control of him. So he's more wild. Okay, so he's ruling this eclipse, and now I froze because Mercury retrograde. Yes. In the middle of my this is so crazy. Because this is also Mars telling me that that I'm also out of bounds. Maybe let me fix this. Anyway, okay. So let's see what Barbara says about unfreeze myself. Okay. Oh my God, Barbara, you're really getting eclipsed. You're really getting eclipsed. Sorry about this, guys. This is, this happens when you're a strong Mercury person. Mercury retrogrades for me, they're always very these technical issues. Wow, I know you had enough. So yes, I hope. Yes, I think that in the fall we're going to go back to Pisces and Virgo. It's going to be much better. So yeah, hang in there, Barbara. Oh yeah. So what else did I wanted to mention? Yeah. So the ruler is out of bounds. So he's so all this eclipse is going to be out of lots of things are out of our control, and then we feel that we need to let go. Again, Pisces, Aries. We need to let go of things. We have to have faith in the process and trust that everything's going to work out in some way. Okay, that's number one. I think that's what I had. Oh yeah, another thing. I don't know. I'm not much into Sabian symbols, but I always like to look for lunations. Maybe give us an extra layer of maybe the divinatory work. So for this Sabian symbol for this 9 degrees Aries is a crystal gazer. Acuteness. So there is a crystal gazer. So we are looking at a crystal ball and seeing what's going to happen. There's a lot of mysticism involved with this because we have a lot of planets in Pisces. And for some reason, I did pull information yesterday, but where did I write it down? Nobody knows. I think the first quarter moon is going to be in December this year for this lunation. A full moon is going to be, I think, in September next year. So there's like a 27-month cycle. I think I put it in the description below. Yes, but I didn't put it here too, so I can read it. Okay, so let me share my screen and let's see. Okay, there you go. Okay, so this is the Okay, so this is the the chart for this eclipse. I put it in the Aries, 0 degree Aries here. It's on the 0 degree Aries. So don't mind the houses, because that's not important in the moment. I just want to, 0 Aries is a world point. It's terra mundi. It's how, how it affects the world anyway. So don't mind the houses. Let's just see the energy. And can't you see this cluster here? Look at that. We have so many things in Aries and in Pisces, beginnings and endings. And eclipses are lunations on steroids anyway. They are major beginnings and major endings, and this is just even more emphasized. So you see, this is the new moon, so it's like a new cycle is starting. We have Neptune 2957, as I mentioned, 3 minutes until he goes to Aries. Impressive. He just met Venus the other day. Mercury is 0 degree 28 minutes retrograde. He's going to meet Neptune on Sunday. He's going to meet Neptune on Sunday, and after they meet, Neptune is going to go into Aries. Such a potent time, so interesting. But we already feel the shift, right? So when these outer planets are changing directions or signs or something, we feel them 5 days before, 5 days later anyway. So also it's good to mention that the 0 degree Aries, as I mentioned, is a world point. So this is something major news, major things are happening. I think we're going to hear many news this weekend. Lots of things are happening. There are already floods. Tsunami there was an earthquake. I think I heard it this morning in Myanmar, somewhere in Indo-Asia there. So there was a huge earthquake. There are floods in Europe, water, right? I mean, Saturn is so close. North Node, this is kind of our destiny point. So we're going to hear more about floods, more about earthquakes. Lots of natural disasters are possible. A lot of news about it with Mercury there. I just want to mention as well, I wasn't aware of that, but I was listening to Pam Gregory, and she said that this world point, actually, she gives a 2 degrees orb for the world point. So that means that Neptune is at the world point, even Venus. So that's even the North Node. So they're kind of like all of them are at a world point. So there's major things. I think we're going to see whatever happens this week, next week. This is going to have effect on the world, and we're going to see this unravel. Anyway, in the next 27 months, we're going to see how this unravels in 26 months. Venus and Neptune together. I think this is a saving grace for this eclipse, because Neptune and Venus together, Neptune is a higher octave of Venus anyway. So it's a very romantic, empathetic, and kind combination. Yes, it can blurry the reality picture. We might kind of not see the world as it is. We can put the pink glasses on with this. But why is this important for this eclipse as well? Because not only they're on the world point, as Pam Gregory mentions, but it also talks about unconditional love. So more empathy, more sympathy. I think if we dive into this new cycle, new world that it's coming, everybody's buzzing because we have Neptune and Saturn coming into Aries, we have Pluto in Aquarius, Uranus is coming into Gemini, all the other planets are shifting from water and earth to fire and air. There's really going to be a shift, collective shift. But if we take this unconditional love with us, if we take this, I think that's why this is so important, because in order to move forward, we need to equip ourselves with strong intuition, with empathy, with unconditional love, and that's going to be the new foundation of the new world. That's how I feel. So don't shoot the messenger, but that's just how I feel. We also have Mars trining Saturn and Venus and kind of all of this. So, and he's ruling this eclipse, don't forget. So he's kind of having this flow of energy. He's supporting this. So don't go fighting like an Aries, go fight like a Pisces. It's a spiritual warrior. It's the energy of of going into battle with love. I know it sounds very utopian, but this is also Neptune Venus combination, and I have Neptune opposed my sun natally, so uh, I apologize for being always either looking for the ideal situations, but I just feel that we kind of need to do it. I want to mention Pallas Athena. She's here in Aquarius, and she's trining Jupiter. And she's also ruled by this Saturn, like a traditional rulership, Saturn in Pisces. So she also has this, the strategy is to use Piscean energy to move forward. Emphasize with Jupiter. So everything that Jupiter touches is larger than light. So we need to, it's like a connection going back, right? Jupiter is also ruled by this Mercury at 0 degrees. So there's going to be a lot of news. So it's going to be a lot of, Jupiter in Gemini is a lot of fake news as well. So we're going to hear a lot of stuff, but it's going to be larger than light. Like this weekend, that's why we as individuals need to put the good energy out there in the universe, and have faith in the process. And, there's a strong Chiron Mars square. So there is, again, Mars ruling this eclipse, Chiron being in Aries as well, not conjunct this eclipse, but it's in the same sign. So traditional astrologers would say this is still a conjunction by sign. And this is telling us about collective wounds, we need to heal collectively, right? And we can only do it with Pisces energy. So think about all of that. What you put in the universe, because we can, just we sometimes feel that we are helpless and that we cannot do anything. But I'm a true believer that if we individually just put positivity in the world, imagine what kind of change will this bring instead of hate. And because many things, people who govern, that's why we need the world. That's why I feel the new world is coming, because people who govern us, they want to keep us in fear, they want to keep us in check, they don't want us to have power, right? So they can manipulate us, and the way they do it is by divide and conquer. Julius Caesar did it 2000 something years ago, right? Divide and conquer. So they want to divide us, they want to put this hatred. There's so much, and everybody's kind of nurturing that hatred, like generationally. We're growing up in this hate towards somebody. Like every country has an issue with some other country, every religion has an issue with some other religion, races, genders, all this, all this hate, so that's why I feel that that we need to kind of go beyond that. Those are like a lower energies, lower vibrations, and tune in. And I think today, if everyone in this world, like there's almost 9 billion of us, spends 5 minutes connecting with the higher consciousness, with this Piscean energy, and put something good in the universe, it would do such a huge impact on the world. Today, this is very potent spiritually, very potent spiritual energy, right? And wow, okay, I need a break. I'm just gonna showcase my balsamic moon cup. I always have my coffees and teas in the balsamic moon cup when it's a balsamic moon. Anyway, so yeah, the thing is with Neptune here very strong, there are so many things that we don't understand. We are confused. There's fog, not clarity. We don't have a clarity, but we so much want to push forward. Mars is going to go, he's going to be in bounds again around April 7th. We're going to have Mercury direct April 7th. We're going to have Venus direct around April 12th, I think. And then Mars is also going to go in Leo in April. So the energies are going to be not completely done. In April, still a change. I think from May onwards, I think it's going to be a little bit better. But this eclipse is telling me, look, there's also Juno trining Mercury. They're both retrograde. Juno is about partnership, relationships, alliances on a world stage. a lot of things, a lot of people are going back and rethinking who are they partnering with, changing partnerships. You can see this in the news, like who is with who and why, and these things are changing. And this is going to be a topic until the fall as well. So we won't have a clarity of what is really going on. Yeah, Pluto is sextiling this eclipse. It's 6 degrees, but I would still take it. So there's a lot of kind of opportunities to use Pluto in a positive way. And because with sextiles, we need to make an effort, and it's air and fire. So where's our motivation? Where's our inspiration coming from to transform the community and the world that we're living? Pluto in Aquarius is about communities and how we, live as how can we coexist and co-live as a group of people, but still be individual selves. And that is the topic of Aquarius anyway, right? To be yourself within the group. That's also topic of this eclipse. To be yourself in the group, to be authentic. Yes, there's a Mercury's there. Mercury is also ruled by Mars, arrow bound, so he can get really angry very fast at this point. Like there's still a lot of anger to deal with, right? So the wise ones, as Steve Jobs says, the wise one won't get into the spin of it. They will just stay behind and then they will not get their buttons get pushed, right? As you can see this, I put this on purpose so you can see the elements and modes here. Look how little Earth we have. Only Uranus is in Earth. Okay, we have South Node, yes, but there's that so much fire. Look at that, so much fire. We are all so fired up. We wanna, we wanna fight. We wanna, tell it as it is, right? Mercury in Aries, just tell it as it is. No sugarcoating. We are not grounded. We are not realistic. No. There's nothing like all of this. No. Water, very emotional. So we are driven, fire, by our emotions. Also, Mars in Cancer. We are definitely driven by our emotions and our moods and how we feel at the moment, and how and where we what is our environment. So that's what I think that's the problem with this eclipse, that we need to do things with our hearts, but also if we are not real and if you're not grounded, it's going to backfire at us one way or another. Okay. A lot of cardinal energy just wants to go and make things and be first and do it, and there's not a lot of stability at the moment. Things are very unstable. Uranus is going back. He's going again towards 26 degrees very soon on Algol point, right? that's Algol. So anyway, in my opinion, this eclipse will bring new beginnings, major new beginnings. But also we need to end some things before we move forward. That's the goal. And try to think that you need to have, at least I mentioned that yesterday on my tip, at least one little pinky on the ground to stay grounded. Okay. You can just ground yourself by having a crystal in your hand or something that just go for a walk or do something. This weekend is very, very intense, very, very potent weekend. Okay, so I hope everybody's gonna be good. Okay, that's in general. I don't know if what else did I wanted to mention? Yeah, the Chiron wound is also about who we are. Aries is all about I am. So who am I? Who am I? That's the question as well. Yes, it's going to be. We want to. I think there's a way that we can go forward with being ourselves and using our unique skills and talents set to help the community and to have a better future. But we need to equip ourselves with intuition. I feel it so strongly for months now. We need to equip ourselves with this inner voices and keeping them, because we need to practice it. We were so disconnected with it for centuries because people in power didn't want us to have this, so they told us this is all this woogie boogie, all this talk about astrology is evil, all about talk about is just, you know, it was for the people in power to get us away from nature and our true selves, and so they can manipulate with us. And I'm a strong believer of that. So that's why we need to, now that we know different, now that we can read for ourselves and think for ourselves and understand the cycles of how planets affect us, and we don't know why, but they do, and how these cycles with nature and us, an important tool for the future is our intuition, our connection. Yes. Yeah, I also heard, because Pallas is connected with this with this Jupiter. I listened to a great lecture from Mark Lawrenson. I don't know if I correctly. He's an astrologer. He's from Australia, a founder of Sydney School of Astrology, and he was talking about Pallas Athena. And I loved his talk. He said, where Pallas Athena is, it's where we are the smartest, but we are kind of afraid to show it, because we can be this, because people don't like, other people being smart, so they always dismiss that energy. So Pallas being in Aquarius, this is where our smarts are as a collective. Now, we know what we need to survive as humans. I think we can strategize and see what we can do for our groups and communities, how to maneuver this. And I think we need to claim power. That power is with us and not with somebody else. Somebody also mentioned bringing back our own sovereignty. We are the sovereignty. We are governing ourselves, not anybody else. Okay, I think I blabbed long enough. Let's go and and see how this affects all the signs one by one. Okay, let me see if I can pull this. Okay, let's share again. Okay. Excellent. I hope you see my wheel. Thanks, LSA and Frank, for giving me this wheel. I love it. I'm a Gemini, and I have to do, that's why I have crystals. I have to always do something with my hands. So just moving this wheel helps me, better than just having and read something and flat. Okay, so let's talk about this eclipse. Aries, you're going to be first. This is your new moon of the year, and you have eclipse new moon this time. So it's happening here, and I'm going to put Mars, because Mars is ruling this, and Mars is ruling Aries. This is definitely, I think this is the final chapter. This is a closure for Aries on figuring out who they are, what do they want to do in the world, what is happening. I think Mercury is also still here, so speak their truth, tell it, tell it as it is. And Aries, and because it's in the first house, it always kind of reflects the other, right? So you always kind of feel there's some kind of I always feel that whatever is happening in one part of your chart, it always reflects the opposite side. So this is definitely to do with how with your relationships, Aries, right? So how you want to proceed in the future to have harmonized relationships. Okay, what do you but still be your true self without getting into fights, without getting into arguments. Mercury is retrograde still in the first house, so there is, going back and maybe if you didn't speak up before, this is also very connected with your home and family and where you're coming from. I think this eclipse can also help you to figure out who you are by going back and researching and going deep into your ancestry lines. Also, what values and what beliefs did you grow up with? What was conditioned from your family? And those things maybe you took as yours, and now that you are a grown-up person and having your own life, maybe you want to rethink those and see if you want to continue with them. I know this is not, nine house belief system or values, but I feel that, we are growing when the fourth house is touched, and this is touched, that's 4 houses touched. I feel that we need to revise everything we grew up with. And we did grow up with the set of beliefs our parents gave us, with the set of value system parents put in us, and that's why we need to revise. That's why this is very important as well for Aries risings. This could also be a huge transformation of your physical body. Maybe you're thinking of starting a new cycle of just keeping your body in shape. So this is like on a physical level, because, or maybe you want to start doing some sports. Maybe you're thinking of changing something on your body as well. But I kind of feel that this is more about you getting empowered, and finding your true authentic selves. And authenticity is very important. You have all this Piscean energy here in the 12th house, so you are very in tune now with the spiritual side of yourselves, with the hidden side. I think the solutions are also there. Okay, so there's a lot of ancestry work, but also spiritual work to find out who you are and how you're going to push forward. Yes, this is major for you. This is like literally like you're being reborn in one way, in one sense. Your true selves are coming out and they're being born. The true Aries. Who are you truly? Sometimes you get so involved with competition or being number one, or comparing yourselves to others. So that's a problem. I think that is what you need to let go with these retrogrades, Mercury and Venus, and start moving forward without comparison, constant comparison, and you may be focused on the other person so much, and focusing, oh, what do they have? How can I beat them? What can I do to instead of just focusing on how can you be a better version of yourselves. So always just compare yourselves to your prior self. That's the best way to grow. Where were you 5 years ago? Where were you 10 years ago? See the progress you made. See how far you come already. Okay? So that's another thing that just came up to my mind now. Okay, so I hope this was useful. Be true to yourself. That's number one. That's the priority for you, Aries. Just be you. And you are bold already and courageous to move forward. You just need to resolve some past issues to be more confident and to have more, maybe to be more equipped to win. Taurus risings. Okay. Taurus risings, they are ruled by Venus, and I'm going to put this here. Venus is retrograde currently just here, but she's moving here. This eclipse is happening in the 12th house. 12th house, it has a bad rep, but I like the 12th house. It's the house of solitude. Solitude can be very, very good to figure out who you are. Being by yourself and reflecting and thinking about your spiritual journey, or your spiritual, what is spirit for you. You're Taurus rising, you're very tangible, you're very down to earth, very material oriented, just because you like the senses. You want to feel, you want to all this touch, see. It's very important that you kind of look at the world through senses. And spiritual world doesn't have a sense. You can't see it or hear it or touch it or taste it or smell it. It's inside of you. So this is a wake-up call for your spiritual side, because we are all made of our bodies, our souls, and our spirits. And this is a wake-up call to see what is your spirit, what is driving you, what is that spark that makes you wake up every morning. Mars is in your 3rd house, so maybe you need to learn something. Maybe you need some more information. to see what is your spirit. Maybe you need to read some books. Maybe you need to talk to somebody who can inspire you to see what your spirit is. Maybe you just need to start writing down your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings in a journal. Maybe your dreams will reveal who is your authentic self with this eclipse. Um, it's important that you have discernment, because Mars in the third house, and he's out of bounds. He can be all over the place and give you a lot of false gurus and stuff. So you need to kind of listen to your gut and see what is drawn to you. Who is drawn to you? What do you want to explore more and learn about to figure out who you are? Venus is still, when she goes, she's retrograde, going back. Maybe some of your friends or groups or alliances that can help you, right? Maybe somebody from your friends group can connect you with some group or community that can help you figure this out. That's a possibility. Venus is also going back very shortly, right, in Aries, to help you with this. The 12th house is house of isolation and solitude. So I would highly recommend to use this energy to just get a good book, or and be with yourself with this book, and learn about the spiritual world and your spiritual side of you. Yes, you need to feed it. You need to feed not just your body, but your spirit. And how you're going to feed it. Maybe you want to do yoga or meditation or some spiritual practice. Maybe you want to implement that. Because you're so tangible, go buy a crystal or do something that is tangible, that you can have in your hands, or something that can help you connect with the spiritual world. Yes, maybe you want to learn how to do tarot or some other divinatory work as well. Maybe that can help you to figure out what is your spiritual side. Many, many options. And I think, connecting with same-minded people can help you with that. Absolutely, with Venus retrograde here. Somebody from the past, maybe. Do you have a friend from the past who you know that is into these things, right? The more esoteric. Okay. That's for Taurus. I think I gave you enough. I think this is definitely going to be a wake-up call to connect with your spiritual world and not just physical. Geminis. Okay. Oops. What is happening? I'm going all... Yeah. As soon as I said Geminis, I go crazy. Okay. So, Geminis, this is also, I think, very important, just because Mercury is in the world point, and Mercury is ruling you. And so there's some there's going to be some news happening. Okay, let me go from the beginning, my thought process. Eclipse is happening in your 11th house of friendships and groups and communities. And this is also a house of wishes, and for your future wishes and dreams. And are you connected with the right people? Are you a part of the right group and community to find yourself? This is all about finding your authentic selves, okay? And the way you're gonna do it is through finding the same minded people. For you, it's very important that you have communication with others, that you communicate. Mercury is working. Barbara says it. Yes, it's working. Absolutely. So busy Mercury, yeah. So Mercury is also retrograde in this house at the moment of this eclipse. Who are your, go back to your past. Go back to who were your friends when you went to school with. Who did you have? And just go through your diaries, or through your address books, or who go through your phone and see who do you have there as contacts, your email lists. Who are you connected with the right people? Maybe you need to do a revision. Maybe you need to kind of get rid of some of those, because Venus is also retrograde somewhere here and here, right? and connect with those people who can really uh, 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 who appreciate you for who you are, who will appreciate your authenticity, who will appreciate what you can give to this world. Mars is in the second house. It's about your values. So I think you need to go back to what you value, and go back to the, and revise your values and self-worth, because you just, as a Gemini rising, you just want to be friends with anybody, you want to connect with everybody, you have many acquaintances, but who are your really friends? Not just acquaintances, right? Who are the people who share the same values as you are? That's that's the same mind thinking, same process thinking, same values. That's definitely this eclipse. This is what this eclipse will bring you. um, um, look look for a group or a community. It can be also online. This is Aquarius house. It can be online, it can be on social media, it can be something that maybe you, this is Aries, this is about being entrepreneurial, being pioneer in something. Maybe you are the ones who needs to organize something, to start your own group. Okay, and then have your followers coming, collecting people with the same minds to come to you, not joining somebody else's group, right? This is about you maybe starting this, and something that will last for a long time. This is your, that gets something that is aligned with your future wishes, and wishes for your future desires. That's definitely what I feel for Geminis. Maybe you need to start thinking, you know what are your values, what is your, what kind of people you want to have within your groups, and start something. Think about starting something. This could be huge, huge. I love this. I love this for you. Okay, Cancers, as I mentioned, cardinals are very this is going to be impacting them the most, and Cancers, of course. Okay, so this is about you and how people see you in the world. It's about your reputation. It's about also your career and how people see you. But it's not just your everyday work, but how people see you, like what you do in the world. What are you known for in the world? This is the 10th house. What are you known for in the world? So think about it. Are you being your authentic self? Do people know you for your authenticity? Do people respect you for it? Because are you authentic to yourself? Do you have respect for that, or are you copying somebody else? Are you following somebody just to, to have money because you need to put food on your table? Or is it time that you change that? Is it maybe it's time that your career, your reputation, your world, how people see you, maybe that needs to change. Maybe you need to start being yourself. Mars is in the first house, so you feel you have more energy to do it now more than ever, and it was retrograde, so you had an opportunity to revise and redo this. Okay, and now it's time to act on it. Mars also in the first house gives you more assertiveness, more drive, right? It's in the Aries house ruling this eclipse. So I think it's time to put the stop to it, like to put fist on the table and say it's enough. This is not who I am, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I want to be my true self. Protect who you are. This is also Mars in the first house in Cancer. You need to protect who you are. You need to defend your authenticity. Don't anybody put you down. Don't anybody put you in some kind of boxes that don't fit you. Okay. You can handle it. I know you're soft inside, but you have this hard shell, and you have maybe putting too much. Now it's time to do this. I think this is a great opportunity. Of course, the moon is ruling you, right? And this is a square. So squares are always action-oriented aspects. This is time to act, to present yourself in the world, to everybody to see who you really are. That's it. I'm not going to say no more. You know who you are. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, each one of us, when we are alone and we look ourselves in the mirror, we know exactly who we are, shadows and all. Okay? Good luck, Cancers. I have faith in you, and I know you can. Don't withdraw. This is not the time to go 2 steps backward. It's time to go that 1 step forward. Leos. Leos. This is a solar eclipse, right? This is your eclipse just because it's solar and sun is your ruler. You want to shine. You want to shine. You are born to shine. You are born to be a leader. You are born to be the one everybody looks up to. And with the eclipse in the ninth house, it's time to go beyond just your local. It's time to go international. I'm kidding, but it's true. I think you need to go big now. This is Jupiter house. You need to go big or go home. To definitely show who you are. Why, to showcase where your heart is, and why should people follow you? Why, the only way to be a good leader is to be authentic. The only way. And this is the opportunity. It's in your ninth house. So do you need to maybe take another course? Do you need to learn something? Do you get some kind of knowledge to realize who you are? Maybe you need to, maybe you are so stuck up maybe in yourself or your local things that are happening. Maybe this is time to definitely to expand your surroundings, to expand maybe, this is also, not just maybe physically to expand and travel and to shine. Maybe you need to go and travel to shine or connect with foreigners, of course, or to learn something new. But also I feel this is a house of, this ancients say the house of God. Sun is in, they say it's in a joy. It's a house of joy for the sun, right? And it's your ruler, and it's an eclipse. So maybe it's definitely a time to step into your leadership, and I think you need to just to be your authentic leader. It needs to be aligned with your belief systems. So this is again who are revising your belief systems, and remember Mars is ruling this from the 12th house. So there's some kind of alignment between the spiritual. Those are the spiritual houses, both of them, 12th and the 9th. Okay, it's connected. So what, there is Mars is driving from the fuel is coming from your spiritual strength. Your spirit needs to be strong. You need to build your spirit to lead. Is your spirit shaken up? Is your spirit maybe involved with other people's validation, that you think you're losing spirit if you don't have validations from others? The only validation you need, Leo risings, is your own. You don't need anybody else to validate you. Trust me. I know it's hard for you, but this is what this is telling me, this eclipse, that the validation comes from within you. The strength is inside, from the 12th house. It's inner strength. It's your instinct, your intuition. This is where your strength comes. This is your validation comes. And when you know it, when you feel it, when you really do it, and when you really feel it and do it from that part of yourselves, then the other will see it and give you validation. But it's just a cherry on top of the cake. You are the cake, not somebody else's validations, okay? This is huge for you, Leos. This is in a fire. So you're very connected. Leos and Aries have strong courage, boldness. They're very connected in that way. They're both natural born leaders. So you just need to fuel it with inner strength and spiritual strength, with with strong belief system. Don't let anybody. Are you following somebody else's beliefs, or are you following your own? That's the question here. Oops. You need to dismiss other people's belief systems. See, this is all the signs. I get so flustered. Um, where is it? Okay, never mind. See, I got so like I think I had a strong message for Leos for some reason. Anyway, this is my message for you, Leos. Good luck. Okay, Virgos. Okay, I'm gonna get another crystal because one fell. Anyway, crazy me. Okay, Virgos. I'm gonna put Mercury here as well. Okay, Virgo's risings. This is happening. The eclipse is happening in the 8th house. Also, one of the notorious houses in the. And why? Because it's a Scorpio house. It deals with shadow work. It deals with things that we don't really want to talk about, with taboo topics. And you know what? You need to claim it. Virgo risings, I think you need to claim it. You are Virgos. You're very pure. It's like very purifying energy, very healing. But you need to own everything. Own your shadows and be yourself with good and bad. I know you want to be perfect. You always you have a tendency to perfect everything, to be perfect, to show your health, to showcase yourself as a perfect. I'm a Virgo rising and I can testify to this. So what is this telling me? It's to accept your imperfection, to move forward. And because this is who you are. This is what Virgo's risings, all of us are. We are not all goody, right? We are made of everything. And this is, especially with Mercury there is the way you can process this maybe more easily, because you need to analyze everything and process what you learn and how you're going to deal with this. This is also a house. So that's number one, being authentic with all your faults and good things as well. That's number one for you. This is definitely happening. But this is also a house. It's a Scorpio house. It's a house of taboo topics. So esoteric work goes into here, in astrology and spiritual, like the therapy, psychology, working on yourself. So embracing, and doing some things that can help you with accepting your imperfection, maybe through therapy or through some esoteric word, or it's a great opportunity as well. Another thing that I was saying for I don't know who else there, for Geminis. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say this for you as well. Maybe you need to start practicing some of these divinatory or esoteric practices to help you face yourself as imperfect and to learn to accept it. So because this is initiation, like Aries energy is about ourselves doing things for ourselves, not depending on others. So this is something that you can't depend on others. This is, because Virgo is so about helping others, being of service, and then, they also want to hear thank you a lot. Oh, thank you for doing this. Or, that's not necessary. You need to do it from the heart, right? Mercury is there, so revise some of the knowledge you have. Maybe you want to go back also. This is about ancestral line and researching that. It's connected to the 4th house. So maybe you want to go back and do some shadow work through some kind of consultations or treatments or whatever feels comfortable. But I think you need to start practicing and implementing some of that in your lives as well. Mars is coming from the 11th house. So again, for me personally, this is, being part of astrology community, being part of that really helps me with Mars is coming. So there's some kind of action coming, maybe we need to act on that. Maybe, you want to showcase yourself more in your communities, and stuff like that. So there's a thing there, right? Yeah. And I hope this makes sense for Virgo risings. It's the eighth house is the, it's very, it's a very hard house to grasp, but there's, it's a house of transformation as well. So going through this process is definitely going to transform you. And maybe I think you need to initiate and start thinking about yourself, not the others, how you can serve yourself this time. That's another topic, right? By helping yourself, going deep. Lots of things, lots of news are going to happen. You might, lots of things are happening here. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, okay, Libras. Okay, let's see. Venus here, there. Venus is here, there. Okay, so this is opposite of Aries, right? So this is about are your relationships authentic? So what does that mean? So that means, are you because the seventh house is it's relationships one-on-one with anybody. So it can be romantic, it can be business, it can be your clients. So are you with people who you feel they're authentic? Or do you really, as a Libra rising, you can go very far to be liked, and then you attract people in your life who are not authentic, right? So that can be one point of this. Second point of this can be, you need to be authentic within your relationships. You need to be yourself. No more pleasing others, no more just for sake of it, right? If you really want to help others and have harmony and peace, that's fine, but not on your own cost. You know what I'm saying? So you can't do things for others by not being yourself. You have to think of yourself first. So whatever you do that puts you on a second place, it's going to backfire at you. This is the call for you to put yourself in the first place. It's going to be definitely connected with work, especially, I think, even more than personal relationships this time, just because Venus is here retrograde in the sixth house at the moment of the eclipse, and she's going to go back here. So this is also can be, relationships in the workplace, and Mars is coming from the 10th. This is your career. So there's a lot of, I think, being yourself in one-on-one relationships, especially those one at workplace. I think that's going to be highlighted here. Maybe you want to get rid of, because Mercury is still here at 0 degrees Aries during this eclipse. And maybe you need to get rid of some of the relationships, some of the people, and start a new one. This is Aries energy. Maybe you're not happy with the existing, or if you're in an existing relationship that you don't want to end, then you need to tell that person, those people, whoever you're connected with, what you really want. They will not know if you don't say it. Don't assume people will know. Okay, you kind of need to you need to speak your truth. You need to tell, look, I'm not happy with this. I want a peace and harmony, and I want to have a nice relationship. Is it work or is it whoever? But you need to say, no, this is too much for me. I can't do it. You need to. This is the wake up call for you to finally say no. Say no if you cannot do it. Okay, very important. Very important. Yeah, Venus is. I think it's connected with work somehow. Because these are your colleagues, or if you have your own business, your employees. So if you're happy with them, you need to fire them. Sorry, you sometimes it takes sometimes you need to make tough decisions, to be aligned to your true self and to be authentic. And putting things under the carpet and not facing them is not gonna be good for you. So you need to dig all this stuff up that you put under the carpet and just say it. And I know you can do it. And this new moon in Aries is giving you courage to do it. That's what it is all about. It's giving you courage to do it. Okay, there's going to be some action, definitely. There can be also authority stuff here, from the 10th house. So managers, there's lots of situations that can be with lots of people, right? But as long as you're true to yourself, you cannot lose. Okay, that's number one. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Oops. Okay, Libras, peace. Okay, Scorpios. Okay. What does this tell me? This first thing that comes to my mind with eclipse in the 6th house is, are you living is your lifestyle aligned to your authentic self? That's what I was going to say. Is your lifestyle aligned to be yourself? Are you doing things, your diet, your daily habits, your health routines, are they aligned with who you are? This is also a work house. So, are you being your true self at work? What do you need to do to change that? This eclipse is, I think, giving us all courage to move forward with more authenticity. And Mars is driving this for Scorpios from the 9th house. So there's some kind of, again, connection with beliefs. Are you doing everything on daily basis that you believe in? Like, for example, you don't believe kombucha is good for you, for example. I'm just a stupid example, but you still drink it because somebody told you, it's somebody else's belief. So that's kind of thing. So think about that. Are you I don't want to offend anybody, but you have to be very careful. But are you a vegetarian because somebody else is, or is it something that you really truly want? So those kind of things. So think about that. That's the 6th house. Are your daily habits? Are you using some products? That it's just think about your everyday situations. What products do you use for on everyday basis? What food? And what are your habits in general? And how is your everyday work life? What is happening with is it aligned with yourself? That's important. And I think that there is definitely connection with belief system, and finding the meaning. So this eclipse is also telling you everything that you're doing on every day. What is the meaning of it all? Does it have a deeper meaning? Are you doing this just because everybody's doing it, or is there some deeper meaning? Or is there a reason you're doing stuff? What are the reasons you do stuff in life? Think about that. Scorpios, think about that. Mars is your ruler as well, right? So it's like a double whammy with this Mars out of bounds. Like it's it's pushing your boundaries to explore more, because you can be so rigid and fixed in what you do that you need to kind of expand, maybe to find, maybe you'll realize some new truth. 9th house. Maybe you're going to realize something new that you didn't think. If you don't explore, you will never know what's out there. Just because something, I don't. Being in the things that are comfortable for us, that we know, in the comfort zone. I think you need. This is it. You need to get out of your comfort zone. That's what I was actually meaning, because we get so comfortable in our comfort zones that we feel that's it. That's the way things are, and that's the way things need to be. This is how I do it all my life. That's it. No. This is the time that you need to experiment with new things, test new things, be open. You need to be open to new things. that are maybe going to be more aligned with you and who you are in your body and your habits. But if you don't explore, if you don't learn, if you don't expand your knowledge, you're never going to know. You're going to be stuck, and you're going to think that that's it. That's why I feel, that you need to go and go beyond what you know so far. Familiar is not always good. And I'm going to leave it with that. Sag risings. Where is my Jupiter people? Where are my Jupiter people? Here. Sag. You love Aries energy. You're both very adventurous. You are not also afraid to go bold like a fire. There's something very motivated. So this eclipse is happening in the fun house. I call the fifth house the fun house. It's about fun and joy and happiness and creativity, and also, sex and romance in a way. It's about following your heart. It's a Leo house. So, Sag risings, are you following your heart? Number one question with this eclipse. Are you in tune with your heart desires? Is your inner child happy? Do you have enough joy and happiness in life? If you want to have kids, and this is a great opportunity to think about having children. If you don't have them, if you have them, this is also something to do with your kids. It can be something happening in their lives, or it can be something that you want to start doing with your kids. Some fun, joyful, happy habit or hobby. This is a hobby. Remember, fun, hobbies. Maybe you want to start a new hobby for yourselves. What did you do when you were a kid and you stopped doing just because life? Maybe it's time to go back. And what do you really, truly enjoy? So this is actually what your heart wants. That's number one question here. How to be authentic selves is to follow your heart. That's your job, Sage risings, definitely. And Mars is coming from the 8th house of deep things, right? Of deep things. So there is some kind of drive. Maybe you're going to find inspiration from the 8th house, from psychology, from esoteric stuff, from you might find inspiration from also digging deep from your family stuff. Maybe you'll find some inspiration from Scorpio energy this time, which you are so opposite of. You're so lighthearted, and you want adventure and fun, and you don't want commitment, and Scorpio wants all the commitment in the world, right? There's such an opposite energy. Jupiter is in your 7th house, so there's still connection. Do something fun. I feel that this is such a great energy for family things to do together, or just as an addition. But I do truly feel that this eclipse is about ourselves and finding our authentic selves. And to find yourself, you need to go to your heart and your inner child. That's my message today. Definitely. Yes, there is some depth in it. You're going to find maybe deeper meaning in it, which you always seek for deeper meanings. You're a Sag, right? So you might find a deeper meaning by going back and searching your inner child. But and there's a help with your partner, right? There's help from your one-on-one relationships, from your kids. There's a connection. So you're not kind of alone going through this. Very interesting. This is a fun house. So what makes you fun? What makes you feel joy and happiness? What makes you laugh? Where did you laugh the last time? You love laughter. You're like when I think about jokes, I think about Sagittarius, the they're the ones who do karaoke's and jokes and and have fun, right? So when did you last time did you have fun? Like, think about how to implement that part of your life. It needs to be, this is part of you, who you are anyway. So you need, if this is part of your authenticity, is to be this free person that we all look up. Like, we all look up to Sagittarius for the sense of adventures and being yourselves no matter what, right? Sag doesn't care in that sense, right? They want to be, they just want to, they leave everything and just go where their heart is telling them to go. They're explorers. So that's where it is. Explore your heart to find your true self. I hope this makes sense, Sagittarius. I really, really love a good Sag. I'm such a strong Gemini that I feel the Sag energy. Always feel the opposite, very strong. If you have one sign that you have a lot of planets in one sign, you feel the other side as well very much. That's what I find. Okay, Capricorns. Okay, let's see what is happening with Capricorns. Where is Saturn? My dear Capricorns. Yes, this is very similar to Aries. I think I talked about, just because you need to kind of go back to your ancestor. This is it. This is about because you are such a workaholic, or you have a reputation to be a workaholic, right? And people often disregard the family side of you. You want to provide for your family. It's not that you want to be the foundation of your family, who provides and take care of family in a sense, right? So that's why you work so hard to provide for your family. But did you lose the sense of what family is all about? And is it just bringing food to the table, or is it about something else? So I think this eclipse for Capricorns is going to be finding your authentic family. What is family for you? Are you being yourself within the family? Also, this is going back to your childhood roots. What kind of values were brought up with? What kind of beliefs were you brought up with? What is that? Are you being authentic to yourself, or are you following your parents' and ancestry values and beliefs? This is it. Are you just continuing to do whatever you were told to do just because, that's the responsible way to do it? Isn't the only responsibility you really have is towards you and being yourself? That's the only responsibility that you really need to worry about, not being responsible for everybody else. This is deeply connected with your roots, deeply. I always think about, many of us who grew up in the 80s or whatever. It was just the way, not just in the 80s, but I was brought up in the ex-Yugoslavia. Croatia was part of that. It was a communist country. It was just the way we were brought up. Find a good job. I mean, many of us, but I feel that people from the West were more free to explore the world. We were not. We were, it was also a Catholic country. I don't know. We were all kind of, brought up in a sense. You need to finish schools, find a good job, work hard, and then that's it. That's life. This is that Capricorn energy that we're all brought up. Is that really the values that we want to put on our families, or we want to stop it and put something else in it? If the hard work was such a productive thing, that many people would be rich these days. I know many hardworking people who don't have a lot of money. So that's not, this is, we were programmed like that. We need to reprogram ourselves. So this is, I think, wake up call for Capricorns, because I think they can reprogram this new world the best, because they know they have a structure how to do it. They have form. They have they have the ways of how to do it in a structured way. So this is, I think, as a new leaders, but you need to have your authentic background. Are you doing things just because you were told so, or do you really believe? If you truly believe that's the way you do it, yes. But is it? Mars is ruling this eclipse for the seventh house. There's an influence of partnerships and relationships 101. Okay, so there is, maybe because you are when you are in a family, you are in a relationship with somebody else, and that person has their own value system and beliefs they grew up with. So how to merge together? There's a sense of finding the way. Maybe you can learn from your partner. Maybe you can implement new ones. I think this eclipse is about bringing the new energy in the new world. So let's bring new family foundations. Yes, tradition, but is all tradition good? Do we really want to bring all traditional things into the future? I don't think so. I truly believe that many traditional things are not done. The way that the women were treated, the kids, this and that. I don't even want to go into details, but you know what I mean? So maybe we need new traditional family values. New traditional. This is contradictory, but this is exactly what it is. We need to bring only the good traditional things. You know, when people say family is family, is it? I'm still questioning that. Yes, family, yes, but in what terms? Many people were abused at their own family, by their own family members, not appreciated. So is it? Do you really? Anyway, this is about finding that Saturn is in Pisces in the third house, so you need to also find a way to communicate this to others. Okay, so yeah, you think you might feel that you're not heard or seen in the family, and why is that? Maybe because you're not being true to yourself. I think that's the I think the answer to how to move forward is in the past for you. And go back and see if the tradition that you follow is the one that is authentic to you. I'm going to leave it at that. Aquarius. Aquarius. My dear Aquarius, my out are my futuristic friends. I love Aquarius energy. Very smart people. Anyway, this eclipse is in your third house. So, are you speaking the truth? Are you speaking your authentic self? This is a huge thing for you. Sometimes with Aquarius energy, because the Leo is opposite, they can be they don't want to shine, right? They don't want to, so they kind of go and sit in the back row. That's what I find with Aquarius. They just sometimes go sit in the back row and they don't want to be in the first row. I think you need to be in the first row now when regarding what you know. This is also learning, knowledge, what you think. This is a Gemini house. So I think you need to be very, very authentic to your thoughts, your ideas, the way you communicate them to others. This is a house of siblings. It can be something regarding your siblings. What is your relationship with your siblings? Did that shape you in a way that you couldn't be your true self? Sometimes with Aquarius, there's a competition with siblings in that sense. So always comparing yourself to your siblings, who is better, who is smarter. Third house. So maybe you need to go back and revise that. Remember, Mercury is still in the third house, still here revising that. You need to kind of maybe go back and revise. And is there a reason that you doubted yourself in your smarts? This is the time, opportunity to showcase how smart you are. And I cannot emphasize this enough. And remember, Pallas Athena is also in your first house at the moment. So she's giving you objective way to move forward in a strategic way. You can do it smart. So this is a great thing for you. So you can actually, sometimes you can be very strong and opinionated and judgmental in a sense, right? Um, and then you're taking the people don't see who you really are. Like you're taking the opinions of some kind of group, like for example political view. It can be political view or environmental issue or something that you stand for, and then sometimes people don't really see who you really are. They see you as a part of that opinion that you have, like, oh, let's say you're more for green. You're very environmental, and then you speak your truth as a green environmentalist, and then people sometimes don't see who you really are. They see you as what this green environmentalist group represents, and not you truly. So this is the wake-up call to actually say, yes, I believe in these things. Yes, I'm going to fight for these things, but I'm also this. This is me, not just because, So there's you need to kind of find a strategic way to showcase yourself. Okay. That's very, very important. And sometimes you can kind of detach, yourself from your beliefs or your opinions more than a belief. This is very opinion-based sign. So, and you feel like you're part of the of a larger group, and you lose yourself in it, and your voice gets lost. So you kind of need to work on your voice. Saturn as a ruler here, a traditional ruler, is in your second house, so this is connected with your value system as well. What you value in other. Do you value truth? Like Gemini can be scattered, lots of information, lots of things. So there's a need to speak your one truth, not many. Remember? Yeah, it can be also about finally detaching yourself from siblings, cousins, or distant family, and because you're the weird one, but you're not. You're the one who actually doesn't belong to a pack. Like a lone wolf in a sense, right? So you can showcase yourself and tell people, look, yes, thank you, I'm here, but I'm also this, and tell it, in written form, in spoken form. Yeah, Mars is coming from the 6th house, so there's a drive. Like this needs to be your new habit. This is literally telling me that this you need to kind of, this needs to become a new habit. Maybe you want to start a blog, or what is now popular, Substack, what is it called? I don't know, stuff like that, right? Or a website or something. Then something that you're going to do on a daily basis to tell the truth, who you really are. That's what it is. That's the connection. That's what I feel. Okay. And we have Pisces risings. My dear Pisces, you have so many things happening now in your first house. Let me just put it, just for you guys to see what is happening here. And Venus, look at that. Is anything else happening? No, I think Ceres is in Pisces as well. Let's just put her here, just for fun. Look at that. And then Mercury is going to be here in a second. So it's so interesting that Mercury and Pluto, they're going to meet here, and they're going to switch sides. It's going to be such an interesting Sunday. Anyway, look at that. That's crazy. Okay, my dear Pisces. My dear Pisces. This has been a trip with Saturn in your first house, with Neptune moving from your sign. A lot of things is happening. A lot of shifts. North Node is there. A lot of things are happening for you. And it's not over until the eclipse is finished in a year or so, right? So you're going to have still things to do, but Saturn and Neptune are going to kind of move away. This eclipse is in your second house. Second house is your skills, your talents, your worth, self-worth, your values, money, possessions. It's a Taurus house. And because you are so non-tangible, so this is like opposite than what I told about for Taurus people. You're so non-tangible. You need to be more tangible. You need to get yourself more grounded. The feeling of, oh, I don't need anything. What is money? Who cares about money? Yes, you need money. Yes, this is the way we need money to survive. We need money to live lives. So think about, are you being true to your, first of all, to your value system? This is opportunity to work on your self-worth. Okay, and especially with Mars being in a fifth house through creativity. Artistic creative projects maybe can help you. Like, anyway, it can be driven with your heart. Remember, fifth house, heart. So your value systems are driven by your heart desires. That's very connected here. I think this is, and there's not a lot of air in a lot of earth in the sky, but I just want you to think about, are you aligned with your values, or are you sacrificing yourselves? Are you helping others with for the wrong reasons that are not aligned with your value system? That's the question here. Are you making money the way you are authentic to yourselves? This is income, money making house. Is your work, is the way you make money the way that you are authentic to yourselves? Because all of this is happening in your first house of you, who you are. This is so connected with who you really are. Who am I? Are my values aligned with who I am? Is the way I make money aligned with who I am? Am I being true to myself? Are my possessions aligned with who I am? Are my skills and talents aligned with who I am, in the sense that if I have some skill and talents that I disregarded, fifth house is also about creativity. Maybe I need to put them back into motion to be my authentic selves. A lot of faded things are happening for you anyway. This eclipse is just a reminder that to start new life, you need to realign yourself in what you do with your values. And do you have enough self-worth? Do you let other people put you down instead of value who you are for what you do for them? It's enough. If you feel that you're not valued for what you do for others, stop doing it. Don't do things and expect others to thank you later. You need to do them from the heart. Mars is in the fifth house. Do everything from your heart and receive everything from your heart, and don't expect anything. It took me so long to live by that, to realize that, because I'm Virgo rising, Pisces, Virgo, being of service, and then you want some kind of acknowledgement and thank yous and stuff. No. If I can do something, if I expect somebody to do something for me in return, then it's not from the heart, it's not authentic, it's not going to work, and I'm not going to do it. If I can do it just from my heart and not expect anything, that's it. And this is your topic now for Pisces. This is the way to do it. No expectations, no obligations from other, no passive aggressive, no playing victim. Oh, I do everything, nobody appreciates it. No more of that. Do not do anything anymore physically. Second house Taurus, do not do anything physically anymore if you cannot do it from your heart without getting anything in return, a thank you or anything else. And this is where you need to go back. It's hard, it's not easy, but it's necessary. And you are equipped with this Piscean energy, following your intuition, following your gut. If you feel it's not right, don't do it. Again, if you don't feel it's right, don't do it. I know sometimes you can, escape from the reality and just don't want to deal with harshness and just do things and don't. And but then later it comes and haunts you. That's the point. Maybe in the moment you do something and then I just don't want to deal with anybody's with fighting or with anybody's explanations, or I'm just gonna do it, and then I don't care. But then later you do care. That's the problem. So this eclipse is a great opportunity for you to start doing that. I'm going to stop now because I think I went too philosophical. I don't know what came over me, but I think this was a very philosophical approach to this eclipse. But I hope it helps. I hope I gave you some ideas of what you can work on. Please take care of yourselves. Remember, we need to take care of ourselves to take care of others, to help others as well. So have a happy eclipse, if that's the word to say it. This weekend ahead is full of changes. Stay calm, get enough sleep, get some rest. And again, subscribe to my newsletter. I'm going to have the newsletter coming up in the next couple of days. And if you want to take my course, personalized Astro Beginners course for 8 weeks, starting May 2nd, you can send me a message or email me or find me anywhere. I'm going to be back here next week with something else. I don't know yet. But yes, happy eclipse. Stay good. Thank you all for joining. And